Ms. Spondike, Ms. Glassy, Mr. Smith, teachers, faculty, parents, and guests, thank you for coming to celebrate the graduation of Spanish Fort High School's class of 2009. To my classmates, guys, we're finally here. Since the class of 2008 left Spanish Fort High School, we have felt that it was our turn to follow. Perhaps it was our closeness to last year's seniors, as they are now known, that caused us to rush towards this night with a fervor, often disregarding our classes and commitments in our race to graduation. Now that we're here, I would like to invite everyone to slow down and remember with me. Many of us have been at the same school together since kindergarten or even preschool. I know there are a few graduating here tonight who went to Spanish Fort United Methodist Preschool with me 15 years ago, an amazingly long time in our lives. After our elementary days, many of us split up, some, myself included, to go to Daphne Middle, and some to Spanish Fort. When the decision to build Spanish Fort High School was made, rumors flew through Daphne Middle. We were told there would be a pool under the gym floor, and there would be a Smoothie King and a Chick-fil-A inside the school. My first day of Spanish Fort High School, I walked in knowing few and fearing most. I had never been the new kid. I knew some people from church, but most were no more than a name. My first 2 years of high school were really no more than a blur, as I'm sure most people will agree. Junior year, on the other hand, was, well, momentous to say the least. That was when I was introduced into the world of AP by Miss Cates and Miss Udi, both of whom by the end of the year lost the misses and were referred to by the Cates and Udi only. Whether that was a symbol of our intimacy or a frustration, I'll leave that for you to decide. Regardless, for me and the whole class, I say thank you to all the teachers who took the time to invest in our educations. Without you, we would know nothing of DBQs, soaps diddles, or the real world we are about to enter. I am assured, as a result of your classes, that I can face anything a college professor throws at me with confidence, knowing that I can succeed. You taught us to lean on each other, and I discovered the glory of having smart friends. It really lessens your workload. So, after our teeth-gritting, hair-pulling, frantic junior year, we became seniors. At the beginning of this year, I realized that my time in high school really was almost over, and I reevaluated my priorities. The things that moved up on the list are those that will follow me out of high school: my family, my faith, and my friends. Without all of you and the big man upstairs, I would not be a fraction of the person that stands before you today. To my mom, my rock, of whom I am a mirror image, I can only hope that you can see how much I long to beat you. You are my stronghold, and along with Daddy, have held me together and kept my feet on the ground through countless breakdowns and whirlwinds, most of which were self-inflicted. To Hopi, my little sister, whom I love more than anyone could know, even though I'm leaving at the end of the summer, I will always be here for you. You have a light that all can see. Don't hide it. Be a shining city on a hill, a beacon for all to see. To my grandparents, who have had faith in me when I had little in myself and always been full of love. You have been my role models, from days of singing The Sound of Music in Anne Murray to days of tilling fields and shoe shopping. A little bit of each of you has made me who I am today. To my classmates, especially my closest friends, we are a class of excellence. From cross country and track, football and tennis, to Scholars Bowl and Model UN, we have made a name for ourselves in the county and throughout the state. My wish, my challenge to all of you is that we continue this winning spirit as we leave here and begin our journey into the future.
Good evening, parents, faculty, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2009. Not only are we the first class to graduate in this beautiful stadium, We are also the first class to spend all 4 years at Spanish Fort High School. It is an honor to stand before you this evening as your valedictorian. I would like to thank all of the people who helped me along the way, my family, my friends, my teachers, and my God. For someone as shy as I am, I was happy that my graduation experience was going to be simple. Walk on stage, don't trip, get diploma, shake hands, walk off stage, don't trip. I never imagined I would be standing before you delivering a valedictorian address. My first response to the news was, "Are you sure?" From that point forward, I began to worry about this night. As I was anticipating giving the speech, trying not to be too nauseous, I thought about a quote that I once read. What would you attempt to do if you knew you could not fail? Wow, do I ever wish that I heard this quote at the beginning of my high school years, because there are many times in the past 4 years that I was afraid I would not succeed. I have been fortunate to be continually challenged academically in a very competitive class, because let's face it, all the smart kids go to Spanish Fort. Take a good look at the students behind me. I see nothing but successful people, people who have met expectations, personal goals, and achieved a milestone in their lives. We, the senior class of 2009, are all success stories, but everyone has a different idea of success. My version of success has certainly changed during the past 4 years. At first, I found success in knowing where my classes were and finding someone to sit with at lunch. Towards the end, I measured my success by surviving AP, overcoming senioritis, and still finding someone to sit with at lunch. Likewise, everyone has their moments of self-doubt before a big game, before an audition, and before an AP test. And as a way of life, these moments will continue to occur. Who of my peers is not afraid of what comes tomorrow, when we are no longer seniors of Spanish Fort High School, but are beginners, the new kids on the block yet again? It seems to me that we must climb one ladder just to reach the bottom of another. Maybe the next ladder will be a little easier to climb having climbed this one. It has given us a positive attitude and courage to attempt things without doubt. As we begin climbing the next ladder of our lives, we must leave behind the feelings of fear and failure that plagued us throughout high school, because they will only serve to hinder us in our success in the future. We also need to remember that success does not necessarily mean perfection. As we reflect on our high school memories, we may not think our experience was perfect, but by graduating today, it certainly has been a success. We have climbed to the top of this ladder, reached the last rung. I emphasize to all that it is important for us to have new goals and not let the little things that may happen get us down. Seniors of the class of 2009, it is my wish that you leave tonight contemplating what you would attempt to do if you knew you could not fail. Think about the greatness you will achieve, not the things that might stand in your way. What will you attempt to do, knowing that you cannot fail? How high will you climb? As for me, I will walk on stage, get my diploma, shake hands, walk off stage, not trip, and immediately begin my next climb.